going to use the original 1 foot cube and change its size so we can make other types of cabinets from it. Now we could for sure use the red dots with the right click, but I just want to demonstrate 2 other tools that are useful in resizing. I feel personally sometimes it's more accurate or more flexible to use the add space and the resize tools, and sometimes the red dots are. It's a matter of situation and your preference. I select the cabinet while I'm in the project work level and select to resize it. These are the directions you can resize. If I wanted to change this to, say, a 60-inch cabinet, I would type 60 and resize, and you see that it moved to the left, which this is indicating. So I wanted to bring it to its original size. I would say I want the new width to be 12. This cabinet to expand to the right. I want to stretch it. The new width is 48, like that. And again, it's moving out from the wall of the project. Same thing works top to bottom. Increasing the value's height, it can say I want the amount to be 12 and resize. You see it went up. And it's the same thing if I want to do another 12. Now this time it'll go down. They accomplish the same thing, but if you were at the, I'm kind of floating in air here, if you were on the floor of the project, you wouldn't be allowed to make that go down because you'd be exceeding the project. And the final one is going to go front to back, 24, and there's my newly resized cabinet. What's important about this is if I had a different situation with the door, I'm going to change that. So when I change that door to be 24 inches wide, and I want to make a change to the cabinet, but I don't want to affect that door. Come back to the project work level, select the cabinet, resize, and here I'm going to take the cutting plane and move it over. And the reason that this isn't going to affect the door is because of the rule of the cutting plane. When you're doing a resize, anything to the right of the cutting plane is going to be moved. Everything to the left is going to stay the same, and everything the cutting plane cuts is going to be stretched. So if I did 12 here, you see that everything moved. The door's not affected. This set of boards here stayed as was, and the change occurred in there. You can do the same thing. Now you can come here and say the cutting plane and just slide that over and see where it's comfortable and do another cut. If I wanted to this time make a change and in fact change the door, what I do is put the cutting plane onto that door, and I'm going to shrink by 12 inches like that. You see the door now is 12 inches. So it's just a useful utility for changing things. So I'm done with this. And the add space, what is that for? There are times when you're moving along in your design and you realize, for example, you didn't leave room on the front of the cabinet for the overlay drawer or for the face frame. In that case, you just add space. You say, I want to add it toward the back. Here's the pink cutting plane. And the rule now is everything in the back that is behind the cutting plane is going to get moved to the back. So I'll say I want 3/4 of an inch, like that. Add space, and now I've got that. You can use it on all 3 or 4 sides if you're wrapping a cabinet in crown molding or some sort of foot molding. It's, again, a nice utility.